Hello everyone, let's study about past tense today. Definition of past tense. Past tense is a type of tense that expresses an action or an event that took place in the past or a situation that existed in the past. So this is the definition of past tense. This is that type of tense which expresses an action or any event which has already happened in the past and has no connection with the present time. It might be an action, it might be an event or any kind of situation that existed or that happened in the past time. Forms of past tense: past indefinite, which is also called simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So these four are the types of past tense. We will study about these types in details now. Past indefinite or simple past. Past indefinite or simple past is that form of past tense which is used to express an action or event, habitual action, behavior, situation that happened or existed in the past. So it is the simplest form of past tense, the first form, past indefinite. So it expresses an action or event or any situation or habitual action. That means an action which is done on a daily basis or any behavior of any being that happened or that has a connection, had a connection in the past and no connection with the present time. So those actions or events or habitual action, behavior or situation that has a connection with the past, that existed in the past, falls under past indefinite or simple past tense. This is the simple formula: subject plus past form of the verb. Three forms of the verb: present, past and past participle. So in past indefinite we will be using the past form of the verb plus object. This is the simplest one. Now let's study about the uses of past indefinite. Single act in the past. A simple single one act which happened in the past. This is the first use of past indefinite. I did the homework. A simple thing which I did in the past. I did the homework. A habitual action in the past. A habitual action. A work or an action which was done in the past on a daily basis. He studied hard. That means every day he was studying very hard. That means he studied hard, which is a habitual action of that particular person. Number 3, referring to an action that was true for some time in the past. Karthik played tennis when he was in school. That means when this person was in school, for that period of time, he played tennis well. So this is what here it is said, that referring to an action that was true for some time in the past. An action which was done in the past for some time. This is the third rule. Let's go to the fourth rule. Sentences that contain the following words. Ago. This is very important. Try to remember these words. If you see these words in a sentence, then you will be using the sentence in past indefinite or simple past. Ago, long ago, last week, last month, as if, as though, I wish, it is time. So here I have mentioned a note. Here you need to remember that if the sentence has the word as if, as though, or if the sentence start with I wish and in those sentence you are finding the word be in bracket, this is also important. Please try to remember. Be, if you see be, B-E-B in bracket, this means you have to place be verb, and in such cases always use where if the subject is I. So if in a given sentence the subject is I and the sentence starts with I wish, and if you see be in bracket in the same sentence, then we will be using where. Let's take this example. I wish I be a bird. So this will be I wish I were a bird. Let's come to the structure of past indefinite. This is almost the same as present indefinite. The change is that, or the replacement is that, we will be using the main verb in the second form, that is the past form of the verb. So affirmative sentence, subject plus verb, the main verb will be in the past form, that is second form, plus object. Ram played cricket. This is a simple affirmative sentence. Negative, subject plus did not plus verb plus past form of the verb plus object. That means to make it a negative sentence, we will be using did not. Do not, did not, does not. So we will be using did not because this is the past form of the be verb do. So we'll be using did not, and then the verb will be in the present form, because when we write the be verb in the past form, we cannot write the main verb in the past form as well. So if be verb is in the past form, then we will be writing the main verb in its present form. Two past tense cannot be used in case of be verb and main verb. So we'll be using Ram did not play cricket. For interrogative, the be verb will come first, then the subject, then again the main verb will be in present form because we have used the be verb in its past, and then comes the object. Let's move to past continuous. Definition. Past continuous is the type of past tense which expresses an action even that was going on in the past. So past continuous, as in present continuous, the action is going on in the present. So in past continuous, we will be talking about an action or an event that was going on or that was happening at the same time in the past. The formula would be subject plus was were. Like in the present, we were using is MR. So here we will be using was were plus the main verb, and we will be adding ing into the main verb plus object. Uses of past continuous. Number 1, to express an action going on in the past. If you want to express or if you want to talk about an action which was going on, which was continuing in the past, then it will be in past continuous. For example, she was writing a poem. Second one is sentences that contains the following words. Remember these words: when, while, because. I was watering the plants when my brother came home. When. So when he came home, I was doing this work. This work was continuing. So it will be in past continuous. Structure of past continuous tense. For affirmative sentence, subject plus was were in place of is MR, which we used in present continuous, will be here in past continuous using was were. Verb plus ing, will be adding ing with the verb, then remains the object. For example, he, subject, was were, was, go, ing, going to the party. For negative sentence, we will be using or we will be adding not with the be verb, and then we will be adding ing with the main verb, then object. He was not going to the party. Interrogative. Always in interrogative sentences, the be verb will come first as the subject. Was he going, again ing with the main verb, to the party. Past perfect tense. The definition: it is the type of past tense which expresses an action or event which had already finished when another action happened. So when a second action was about to happen in the past, that means it happened in the past and an action had already finished before that, then we will be using the past perfect tense. The formula for past perfect tense: subject plus be verb had plus the main verb, which will be in the third form, that is past participle form, plus the object. Let's study about the uses. Number 1, to indicate the order of more than one past event. So when we talk about more than one past event, when you talk about two past events or more than that, then in those 2-3 events, when we can make it out which event took place first, then that event or action would be in past perfect tense. For example, my friends had left when my mom arrived. Here two events, two actions happened. My mom arrived and my friends left. So in these two actions, my friends left, this action happened first. That is why in that first action or event we will be using the past perfect tense. That means we will be writing as my friends had left, which is past perfect tense, when my mom arrived. Simple past. Second use is to denote the time until a certain point in the past. That means until a certain point in the past the action happened. Let's take the example, then it will be clear for us. Geeta had completed all the grades of Kathak by the time she was 15 years old. Now she is not 15 years, now she is an adult. So we are talking about her young stage. So when she completed 15 years, before that she already learned all the grades of Kathak. So she had completed before 15 years. Before she crosses 15 years, she completed that work. So this work was done first. So here we will be completed all the grades of Kathak. In this action, we will be using the past perfect tense. So we will be writing Geeta had completed, past perfect tense, all the grades of Kathak by the time she was, this is simple past, 15 years old. The third use is when the sentence contains the word before or after. So if you see the word before or after in a sentence, then you will be using past perfect tense. How? If the initial verb is past indefinite, the later verb will be past perfect. So this is an example. In this example, this is the initial verb, go. So the past form of go is went. So go is the initial verb and start is the later verb. So it says initial verb is past indefinite. So if this is in simple initial verb, the first verb is in simple past, then the later verb, the second verb will be in past perfect. So we are using had and then past participle of the verb here. Okay, and this is the vice versa of this one again. If the later verb is in past perfect, initial verb will be past indefinite. The second one, if initial verb, and the most important thing here is that the word before is there. Okay, so the second thing, important one, if the initial verb is in past perfect, initial verb, here go is again initial verb and again start is the later verb. So if initial verb is in past perfect, he had gone, then the later verb will be in past indefinite. So here this later verb start is being used in simple past or past indefinite. And the same thing here, if later verb is past indefinite, then initial verb will be past perfect. Letter verb is past indefinite. Initial verb is again past perfect. Structure of past perfect. This is a spelling mistake here. Structure of past perfect tense for affirmative sentences: subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus object. So for affirmative sentence, this is the same, the basic formula. So she had eaten the cookies. For negative sentences, again in the same way, we will be using the word not just after the be verb, and main verb will be in third form, that is past participle, had not eaten. Interrogative, always the be verb will come first as the subject, she, then again third form of the verb, that is past participle of the verb, and then the object remains the same. Past perfect continuous. This is the type of past tense which expresses an action or event or a situation that continued for a period of time before another action or situation in the past. So here also in past perfect continuous tense as well, it will be about two events or actions or situation. So here it is said that event or situation that continued for a period of time before another action happens in the past. So when the first action was continuing for a period of time with another action which has already happened in the past, then the action which was continuing, that action will be in past perfect continuous. When we will be studying about the uses, then it will be easier for us to understand. Let's come to the formula. Subject plus had been. So always in perfect continuous we use been, right? In the present tense also we did the same, we studied the same. Subject plus had been. Been will be added with had, the be verb, plus verb plus ing. So we will be adding ing in with the main verb plus the object. Uses of past perfect continuous. Number 1, to denote an action that has been the cause of another action or event in the past. That means two actions happened in the past, and the reason behind the happening of one action is the other action. So in that case, we will be using past perfect continuous. Let's take the example, then we will understand. Deepak was angry as he had been waiting for his friends the whole day. Here, two actions happened. Deepak was angry, waiting for his friends. Two actions. So, he is angry. Why? Because he had to wait for his friends. So, this is the reason of his anger. The reason behind Deepak's anger, that is one, Deepak was angry, one action is that he had to wait for his friends. Waiting for his friends, the other action. So in that case, in the reason, we will be using past perfect continuous. Number 2, sentences containing words like since, for and from. Such sentences must denote that the work started in past and ended in the past. If you see these three words, since, for and from, then we will be using past perfect continuous. But such sentences must denote that the work started in the past and ended in the past. So the sentence should mean that the work already started in the past and it was finished in the past itself. For example, my uncle had been traveling the world since 2009 to 2020. So uncle started the work in 2009 in the past and completed in 2020 in the past itself. So in that case, we will be using past perfect continuous. Structure of past perfect continuous. So this is the structure, same as present, just we will be using had here. So for positive sentence, had been plus verb plus we will be adding ing with the verb, main verb, and then object. She had been learning the French language from 1989. Negative sentence, we will be adding not with the be verb. The other things would remain the same. Interrogative, as usual, we will be taking the be verb first and then comes the subject. Then been will be coming. Then we'll be adding ing with the main verb and object. Had she been learning the French language since 1989?